What up, dog? You already know how it goes. Smash, like, subscribe, comment. I don't care what you comment as long as you comment today. I got the brother right here. Can you state your name for us, brother? How long you been down?
My name P, and I've been locked up for the last 26 years.
Last 26 years, God. Um, what's your current sentence and what's going on with that? Are you in the course? What?
Right now, I got a natural life bit, but I was 18 years old when I caught my case. I'm a juvenile lifer. I was contacted by SATO and ACLU a couple of weeks ago as far as getting an attorney when these cases go through the Supreme Court. Then hopefully we get some action.
So you got a high potential to be back on the streets pretty soon.
Absolutely.
Now,
Yeah, I got it. Huh?
Go ahead.
No, I got a good chance to get back out there right now. I'm just waiting for the courts to decide on one case left in the Supreme Court, and I got like a 90% chance of getting back out there very soon.
Okay. Where you from?
From Detroit, east side of Detroit, born and raised.
Mm-hmm. And you would say you was growing up what, in the 90s?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's your time and era. But where you from specifically on the east side?
Shit, Kilbourne, Dixon, hang out at Kilbourne, Dixon, Cross Jefferson, Lakewood, Kercheval, 6 Mile of Davidson. I be everywhere, man. Brewster Project, Jeffrey Project.
How did it look back then? Was it a lot of dilapidated houses, a lot of gang banging going on back then?
Not really. Back then it was more of gangs wasn't like it was back then. More was neighborhood gangs back then. Like you had like neighborhood gangs like maybe the DogPound, and they was on like specific areas off Dickinson and Loretto and stuff like that. You got Loretto boys and you had the headbangers, but it was more confined to different areas and different neighborhoods. It wasn't no Bloods and Crips and all that other stuff like it is now.
Was headbangers around that time? Were they Bloods, yeah, or just a crew?
No, sir. Hell no. No. I remember when they started, bro, back in the early 90s. They never had nothing to do with no Bloods. I didn't know nothing about no headbangers being Bloods until I came to the penitentiary. Because the headbangers that I knew, the original headbangers, they was not Bloods. They had nothing to do with no 5-point stars and no red and nothing. They was just a neighborhood gang that was started on Promenade.
Oh, okay. Were you a part of any of these Get Money crews or anything like that?
I was with the DogPound.
With the DogPound.
Older brothers by the name of Pat and John. Pat got killed in 1996. John locked up in the Fed joint right now for natural life.
Didn't he?
Brother Corn, George.
Is that the guy who ordered the hit on his own brother?
Yes, that's my cousins.
Golly. Can you talk about that situation a little bit?
Huh?
Can you talk about that situation a little bit, like what led up to something like that happening?
Well, what a lot of guys didn't understand was, even though people say Pat and John, it was two different sides. John had his side and Pat had our side. On my side, I was on Pat's side. Pat was getting money, and John was really jealous of that. So he wanted to basically take over the family, man. So he ordered the murder. He ordered and paid for the murder of his brother, Pat. He's found guilty of that right now in the Fed joint. He's doing natural life for that right now. He was released on the COVID relief thing about maybe a year and a half ago. He was out for about 3 weeks, but then they came back and got him. The federal prosecutors filed the appeal on it, and he gave locked back up on it.
Oh man, damn, that's crazy. I didn't know they could do that.
Yeah, messed me up too. I thought he was gonna run or something, try to get away, but no, he turned himself back into the U.S. Marshals.
Right, probably in hopes that he'll get out again.
Yeah, he probably hoping he'd get out again. Then, yep, that's my family, man.
Yeah, I definitely want to turn myself in. Did that divide the family?
Oh, absolutely it did, man. Actually, me and my cousin Corn, we didn't see eye to eye for a long time, man. But then we kind of settled our differences. We ran into each other at Coldwater back in like 2014, 2015. We settled our differences because he saying, according to Corn, he looking at it as like, how can I get mad that John had his own brother get killed? And he said that type of stuff happen every day. And I'm thinking like, bro, they brothers, that stuff don't supposed to happen. He looking at it, that's part of the game. That's how shit go. And I ain't see it that way, but he do.
Right. Yeah, you really in the streets when you start thinking like that. But that's
Corn got a mentality. It's like it's all street life. So this is what it is. He out there doing good now. Though he got out about 2 years ago. He had a YouTube channel out there. He got a little workout video and stuff. He's doing good.
Okay. Now, what prompted you to take it to trial?
Actually, I thought I could beat it. Be honest with you, man. I thought I could beat my case because I felt like they had no evidence against me, no witnesses. The lady who tested one of the ladies that was shot in my case. I caught my case on 6 Mile Davidson at the bakery right there.
Uh-huh.
You know, that bakery right there on 6 Mile Davidson that was robbed and killed. One person got killed, 3 people got shot. And the lady didn't identify me at first. She said it was somebody totally different. The guy that came with me, she said it was him. She identified him. Then 13 months later at trial, she changed her mind. She said it was me, but her statement said it was a whole totally different guy.
Wow. Is that not enough grounds for appeal?
No, I tried, bro. They shot me down. They shot me down at every chance I got, man.
The police could have probably gave, or the prosecution probably could have gave her the description of you, and she changed it up.
Oh, man, the woman never even saw me, bro. She well, from the time that the day the incident happened, I never saw the woman again until 13 months later in court. And they tried to get me with the in-court identification because that's the only time she ever seen me. I never had no lineup or nothing. They dismissed that.
Wow. It's kind of hard not to be able to identify somebody in the courtroom that's not white sitting in the defendant's area. You know.
You're the only one sitting at the defense table.
Right. Or with oranges on, or not a lawyer type of suit on. But yeah, I get it. I understand that.
Absolutely.
When you first went to prison, was you scared?
I don't think I was scared. I think I was more yeah, you could say that. Yeah, I was scared. It wasn't that I was scared about like somebody gonna do something to me or nothing like that. I was more scared about like how the hell I'm gonna survive this for my natural life, man. So I did what I did. I did what I had to do to survive. I paved the way for me to survive in here, man.
What?
So I did what it took necessary for me to be the man that I needed to be in. Because I came here when I was 18 years old. I literally just turned 18. 2 weeks after I turned 18, I got locked up on this case. So I had no other choice. I had no role models. The only thing I knew was the street. So I had to become my own man. I had to teach myself how to be a man.
I get it. I definitely do. When you came in, did people try to like recruit you immediately, take you under their wing?
Oh, absolutely. Every gang and every religion here tried to recruit me because I'm a big dude, man. So a lot of guys looked at the size thing. Plus, I came to the penitentiary with a reputation because of the crew that I was with. So actually, I came with enemies too. So a lot of guys didn't like us in the street.
Right.
So had to do what I had to do to survive. And so you want to say I conformed to my environment, put it that way. So I did the fights, the stabbings, and all that type of stuff to basically survive here because that's what it took to survive. You know, they put me in the yard down at Michigan Reformatory, which is like AKA Gladiator School.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no second chances down there. You got either do or you don't down there.
Have you ever been stabbed?
Excuse me, I hear you.
Have you ever been stabbed?
No, I never been stabbed. I'm scary, man. So I try to shoot first before I get stabbed.
Right. Right. That's good. Now,
if I even think you're looking at me wrong, I'm gonna get you because I don't want to be stabbed. So I see the guys' faces on them when I did it to them. So I don't want that, man.
Yeah, it's like pulling a gun out on somebody for the first time. That look, man.
Yeah, that's what.
This
place is not. They say always talking about rehabilitation. That's bullshit. There's no rehabilitation, man. They throw you on these yards. They don't give you no type of direction, no type of focus, nothing to build, no type of life on. They just tell you to go out there and survive. They don't give you the tools to survive. So you got to learn everything on your own. And then when you do these things that disagree with their rules and their laws, then they want to put you in segregation or send you to maximum security prisons and stuff like that. But if they gave me the tools to help me rehabilitate myself, I never would have turned out the way that the system wanted me to. Want to put it that way.
Have you ever been to like a level 5, I don't know if they had level 6s during your time or not, but
yes, I did almost 5.5 years in level 6. That's Supermax.
What's the difference?
Every level 5 in the city. Huh?
What's the difference between level 5 and level 6?
Level 5, you can come out and go to yard. You can go to different call outs like law library, gym. You can go to different religious services and stuff like that. But level 6, you literally stay in your cell 24 hours a day. You never leave. The shower and everything is run to your door.
What?
Everything is run to your door.
Did they abolish those because it was unconstitutional, or they just closed down?
Oh no, the Fed said it was unconstitutional. They shut that place down.
Okay.
Supermax level 6. They shut it down. The feds came in, investigated. All the police messing over guys so bad down there. It was guys down there dying from starvation because they wasn't feeding guys. They running their sales on guys, beating up guys 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. 6 officers coming in there jumping on guys. They was messing over guys down there, man. And because we are in level 6 Supermax, we don't really have no contact with nobody. It's like, who you gonna tell? You can't send no mail out because all your mail, everything you do goes through the police. So you try to send mail out, they tear your mail up. You get no phone calls, no visits. Nothing happens at level 6. You literally in your cell 24 hours a day.
After doing 26 years, when you come home, how do you think that you will fare in society? Would it be you think it'd be an easy adjustment for you, or?
I think so because I've been preparing myself for this for the last 12 or 13 years. I think the most important part is the person's mind must be prepared to come out there and face the world as it is today, because the world has changed a lot in the last 26 years.
Right.
It's more fascinating. The technology nowadays is so advanced. It's like, I'm like, wow, I just be looking at things I see on TV, couldn't even understand it. Like, how is that even possible? But I read a lot, and I got a good support system for me that's helped me prepare myself for when I do come out there.
Exactly. Early. Well, we got 2 minutes left. We try to knock this out. Earlier you told me you were talking to a Caucasian woman, right?
Say it again.
Earlier you told me you were communicating with a Caucasian woman. It was pretty nice in there for you.
Yes.
Now, you being a part of the Moore Science Temple of America, you know how some of those brothers are. Do you try to keep that like in secret or whatnot?
Oh no, sir. I'm at the point now, man, where I'm very confident in everything I do and I say. So this woman has helped me so much, man. This woman has helped me better myself. Not only for the best, man, but she helped me be a better man. So if this type of love that this woman gives me, I don't care what color she be. She could be green, blue, or yellow. I don't care, man. More Science to America to me is a personal thing. So my relationship to More Science to America is a personal relation with myself and Allah. It has nothing to do with nobody else. I stopped being one of them guys that looking for everybody else to validate who I am. That validation that I need comes from myself, not nobody else. So if a religion don't want to accept me because I love another woman of a different race, then to me that religion is wrong then.
Exactly. Yeah, it shouldn't matter about that. The word amalgamate, somebody told me don't just translate the word, transliterate it. When I look back at the origins of the word, it didn't mean fornication or whatnot. It meant to mix thoroughly as to one can't separate the one from the other. Can you give me your perspective on that word amalgamate real quick?
Remaining. Can I talk about the amalgamation part?
Can you give me your perspective on the word amalgamate real quick? 30 seconds.
I don't believe that the God intended for us just to love one race of people, one nation of people. So I don't believe. I believe that some people took that word and put their own ideology or their own definition into it, and they trying to make everybody else conform to it. So take what I say. What my thing is, even with all religions, take what you can from the religion that can help you better yourself, your family, and your community, and use it. Anything outside of that don't even matter.
Facts.
I just talked to Cornez a couple days ago.
Now, during your 26 years, have you ever thought about suicide?
Absolutely, bro. When my mother died, I really thought about it. My mother died 2 years ago, February 19th. Well, it's been almost 3 years now. My mother died from lupus and COPD February 19th, 2019. And suicide was a big topic back then with me because I felt like I had nobody in the street because my sister and brothers, they don't visit. They don't live their own life, you know. They don't build a life for themselves and just kind of forgot about a guy. So I felt like, what's the point? I ain't got nobody out there, so what am I doing here for? I mean, you know? So
right.
I absolutely thought about suicide.
Have you seen a lot of suicide since you've been incarcerated?
Right now, I got a job at the POA. The POA is a prisoner observation aid, and what we do is we observe prisoners who try to kill themselves or talking about killing themselves who have suicidal thoughts. And I've been watching guys cut down the hallway and killed themselves. At this facility, since I've been here in the last 2 years, 11 people have died. 3 suicides and 8 murders.
Wait, 8 murders?
Yes, a guy just got murdered here not even a week ago. Not even a week ago, like 6 days ago.
Can you speak on that incident? Did you see it?
Yeah, I was on the phone. This was happening, I believe, Friday before last, I believe. I was on the phone in a unit called 3 unit. You got different units here, go by numbers. I was in a unit called 3 unit on the COVID wing because I had called COVID. So I'm sitting there watching 3 guys in the day room talk. One of the guys get up and leave, go down to his cell and come back up there. And he started stabbing one of the guys in the neck. A guy by the name of Payback. He started stabbing Payback in the neck. Payback and get up, and he pleaded with the guy like man, stop stabbing me. Basically, like, I'm quit, I'm done, I don't want him no more, right? And the guy walked up on him again and got to stab him again in the body. And then he threw a chair at him, and he threw the knife, and one of his little homeboys grabbed the knife and left the day room. So the guy who got stabbed, he comes out of the day room and walks on base. And the officer put him in handcuffs and told him to lean against, like, they got these big old concrete beams on base, like where the police sit at. So he leaned against it in handcuffs. He was leaning up against it for like maybe 10 seconds. And he just sinks down to the ground. And I'm watching him. He take 2 or 3 deep breaths, and he looked around. He was gone. They got to working on him trying to do compression on his chest. They didn't realize that he was stabbed because he got on his prison blues. Prison blues is kind of dark, so you can't really see the blood or see if there's any damage been done. But what they didn't know was that the guy had stabbed him all up in his body, and that stab wound did some damage. So by the time they realized what's going on, they working on him. He was gone.
How did that affect you?
I hear you.
How did it have an effect on you seeing that, or is it just like, hey, this is every day?
The effect was my effect was it's not what you might expect. My thing was that this could have been prevented because the guy who got killed, the guy named Payback, and I wish I knew his people, man. I'd have his people to sue. Because a week before this happened, he got into a fight with some guys, right? Some guys beat him up pretty bad. And the man was walking around with his whole face swole up with a big old pussy black eye with pus leaking out of it. All the officers had to do was stop this man and ask him what happened to him. And if he didn't tell them, all they had to do was put him on protective custody or put him in a hole or something. They didn't do that. They wasn't doing their job. And here it is, because they didn't do their job when the guys jumped on him, he got into the fight. A week later, this man is dead.
And these were the same guys that was involved in the fight?
Yep, absolutely. It was all over a $15 tattoo book, man. The guy who got killed, and the guy who stabbed the guy and the guy who got killed, they was cool. But he let him use his tattoo book, and he took the tattoo book and sold it for some drugs. And the guy who stabbed him, that some guys geek him up to go at the guy. I wish I knew the dudes. I could have stopped the shit, but I didn't know nothing about the dudes because we run in 2 different circles, and I try to mind my own business, but you know how the penitentiary talk, so everybody knew what the incident was about.
Wow. And he probably didn't even mean to kill him. Now
This man could still be alive if they would have just put him in the hole when they first beat him up, man. Cause this guy walking on base in front of the police every single day, face swollen in the mud, pus coming out his eye from big old black eye. All they had to do was stop me. Hey, what happened to your eye? And that's it. He could have saved his life.
Did Payback live by his name? Did he like earn that name, or is it just one of those prison nicknames?
He's just one of them prison. He was one of them prison dope fiends. Payback did anything for some drugs up here, man. He stole things. He sold things. He washed clothes, washed shoes, washed dishes. Anything he can make some money off on so he can buy his drugs to support his habit, he did it. So when guys started messing with it, he started resorting to different tactics. He started stealing and stuff like that, borrowing money from guys who he knowing he ain't got the money to pay it back. I never even had a conversation with him, but you know how guys talk. They be like, yeah, don't do no business with him. He bad businessman. So, okay, I see him. Okay, I know not to mess with you. You bad businessman.
Right. During your time, has anybody ever before we get to that, what's some of the craziest prison nicknames you ever heard?
Oh man, I just ran into a guy who called himself Toothpick. I ran into a guy that called himself Spade. I'm looking at a guy who called himself Capone. He don't look like Capone. Man, you got M1. I asked guy M1 what his name stands for. He said Murder One. I said, what you wearing for? He said carjacking. So I'm like, why you call yourself Murder One then?
Right.
That ain't so spin. That ain't even your crime, but oh my God, man, you got. I can't even think of some of these dumbass guys' name, man. You got then a lot of guys do their nicknames off of like what gangs they in. Like if you a GD, they'd do something like Snoop G or something like that. If you a Vice Lord, they call you Baby L or something. Weird names, man. I got my same name since I've been in the penitentiary. My initials, man, never changed. I have a hard enough time being myself, man. Because with these names comes characteristics. Yeah, you got to start living up to that stuff. You call yourself Murder, you better start living up to that name.
Right. I
Just
I used to
same name. I don't change, man.
I used to see guys, man, or hear guys, man. Yeah, I was the biggest drug dealer over there. Woo woo. But you in jail for armed robbery, man. Like, what are you? But whatever. Uh,
Yeah.
I got off subject a little bit while I was on my mind. Has anybody ever stole something from you, tried to rob you, anything like that?
Oh hell no, that's not a good idea. That's never. Certain things in the penitentiary. I was talking about this with my cellmate a couple months ago, and I told him that ain't nobody never like, you know how guys try to like hit you in front of the police or hit you in front of other guys. Nobody never did that to me, and they never stolen. I never had nothing stolen from me before. Well, put it this way, I don't carry myself like this. I'm a firm believer in people gonna treat you the way you present yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't carry myself where a guy feel like he can talk to me any type of way, where he feel like he can do anything to me. So I don't carry myself like that. So guys don't play me like that. But
Exactly.
I have a track record in here. I have built up a reputation. So guys, there's consequences to it. I'm not saying I'm the toughest dude. I'm just saying that I would defend what's mine.
Mm-hmm. What made you gravitate towards the Moore Science Temple of America?
The more science to America to me showed me what home was. What I mean by that is the more science to America didn't ask nothing of me. It didn't ask me to learn nothing. It didn't tell me how to learn no mathematics. It didn't tell me how to know the difference between here and the sun. The more science to America taught me how to be me. The more science to America to me is the only religion that allows you to be selfish. It tells you that if I can teach you how to think, you can save yourself. And that kind of resonated with me. What do you mean teach me how to think? And that's what I needed to do. I needed to learn how to think because I was in a place where thinking wasn't a very productive idea.
Mm-hmm.
So the more science to America taught me how to break my own self down to the lowest compound that I can be and build myself up into the man that I needed to be in order for me to get out of the penitentiary. And if not, just be a better person in general.
How long have you been a part of it?
I've been a part of the More Science America for 24 and a half years now.
Give me your top 5 grand sheiks you've been under.
Top 5 best or just top 5 that I know?
I was the top 5 best grand sheiks you've been under.
Brother by the name of Gray Bay is Great Grand Sheik.
You talking about big?
Bay was it?
You talking about Big Gray Bay?
Yeah, Gray Bay. Yeah, he wrote out. Omega Bay was a Great Grand Sheik. We got a brother by the name of let's see, Laos Bay was a Great Grand Sheik. And let me see, Double R, Rimmer Bay. Rimmer Bay was I think one of the best Grand Sheik. But Double R has not been the Grand Sheik all on the compound, but he's the Grand Sheik material to me. He's more of a security measure, but he's a great Grand Sheik. And the brother by the name of Jenkins Bay, man. Jinko.
Kool-Aid?
No, not that one. Jinko, the one who passed away.
Oh, okay.
Kool-Aid was my Grand Sheik at Alger, though. Kool-Aid is a good guy. Kool-Aid is a good guy, but no, not Kool-Aid.
Okay. Now,
I'm talking about old Jenkins Bay.
what's your favorite verse out the Morris Holy Quran?
My favorite chapter?
Yeah, we would say your favorite. No, your favorite verse. Your favorite verse.
Oh, my favorite verse?
Yeah.
Out of my favorite verse out of the Quran?
Yes.
If that brother is in virtue of his sister, if that sister is in trouble, forsake her not.
The Asiatic Covenant.
Chapter 25, the Holy Asiatic Covenant Nation.
Okay, I get. Yeah, I can get why you say that. What? Not being part of the More Science Temple of America made you a better person, so on and so forth.
I can't hear you.
I say.
I can't hear you.
Okay, being a part of the More Science Temple of America has made you a better person. Would you want your kids to be a part of it?
I want my kids to make their own decision. What I do is I will present my kids with the facts that was presented to me and let them make their own choices. Even with anybody else in my life, whether it's a female or a male, anybody. I would never try to force my religious belief or any type of ideology that I have on anybody else. I actually believe that's what messed religions up nowadays because a lot of people take religions and put their own ideologies on it and they mix these religions up and try to put their own little spin on it and that messes people up. If you allow people the space they need to make their own decisions, then I think the world would be a better place. I think religion, period, would be a better place. Instead of trying to force religion down a person's throat, give a person all the facts that you do as they are and allow people to do the research they need to research and let them make their own decision about the direction they want to take.
Do you sense any tension between other religious organizations in there, between the More Science Temple of America and other people?
Do I sense any what?
Tension.
Tension?
Yeah.
Now?
Well,
not right now, but
just
there's the The religions in here, I know a lot of them hate the Moorish science in America.
And why is that though?
Huh?
Why is that?
When the Moorish science in America first came to the penitentiary, even though it's a religion, it wasn't. The Moorish science in America isn't portrayed as a religion in the penitentiary. It's portrayed as one of the biggest gangs in the penitentiary. That's the way it's portrayed as. And we never had no real leaders in the Moorish science in America when they first came here. So God took the Moorish science in America and they used it for their own personal agendas. If there's drugs on the yard, we're going to send these guys to go get the drugs. If anything being sold, anything happening on the yard, we're going to send these guys. Basically saying that the Moorish science in America not getting a cut, then you're not going to have it. And that's wrong because they changed the foundation of the Moorish science in America in the penitentiary. And we started, in the penitentiary, Moorish science in America, we started accepting anybody. Instead of screening guys and teaching guys what the Moorish science really was about, that wasn't done because the Moorish science in America was presented as a gang here. Even though it's presented as a religion, it's looked upon as a gang. And that's the way guys operate, like it's from a gang banging aspect, and it's not a gang. And to me, I think that's totally disrespectful.
Okay. I was wondering, like, I go to the hole, guys take little cheap shots and try to compare beliefs and stuff like that. And I always wondering why they only did it to, us Moors.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Name me 2 of the weirdest things you've seen in prison, like you just didn't understand.
Weirdest things?
Yeah.
Weirdest things. I seen a guy get beat up in a cell a couple of days ago. He went to the officers to tell the officers that a guy just beat him up. And the officer went and told the guy to beat him up that the guy just told her. That was weird to me. That was weird to me. He got seriously, bro. I'm like, he just told you he was assaulted. And you would have told the guy who he said assaulted, and you would have told that guy he just told you that.
Wow.
It messed me up that she did that, and she did it. Right in front. She did it, bro. Let's see. Weird. All this stuff is weird to me, bro. Honestly, man, this world is so weird. It's just, if people out there understood the type of things that we experience here, you see, people think just because we prisoners that we just all messed up, man. They don't want to type of give us no type of humanity. They just think we the lowest of the low. And I never understood it just because I caught a crowd, just because I caught a case. And I came to the penitentiary, you think I'm just irredeemable, like I'm no longer human or something. I'm looked upon as something undesirable, and you just think that I don't even deserve no type of second chance for nothing. I was a child. I made a mistake as a child, so I'm trying to think, like, give me the opportunity to prove to you that I can do better.
Right.
I know a lot of guys who have this opportunity, they done mess it up, but not all of us is like that, though. Just, you can't judge all of us based off the actions of one person. Or just, I understand it's maybe a trend that a lot of guys do it, but we all individuals. Give us a chance.
Exactly.
And as far as weird though, man, all this stuff is weird, man. Like, okay, I'm gonna give you a prime example. I called COVID a couple weeks ago, and they had us on a COVID wing. On the wing, a wing is like a rock. Well, it's like a group because it's like 60 guys on the wing. You know this already. 60 guys on the wing. Now, all these 60 guys use the same phone, same microwave, same shower, same bathroom, but yet you say 30 of them is on restriction, on quarantine. They can't go outside, can't go to the day room, can't use JPay, but the other 30 can go to Big Yard and hang out with everybody else. And then they come right back on the wing with us. Make sense to me.
Right.
If they down here with the COVID guys, you let them go. These 30 guys hanging out with me right now, and then as soon as you call Yard, they get to go out the yard with the rest of the population. And then they come back on the wing with me where I'm at. I'm COVID positive. So that shouldn't make any sense to me.
It don't.
But these people think they so damn smart, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I
If I'm COVID and this guy, let's say this little brother right in front of me named KR. If I got COVID and he don't, and he hanging out with me right now on my wing, I'm breathing on him, talking to him, using the same microwave, same phone with him, and he could leave me in 10 minutes to go to the yard with the rest of the population, but I'm on quarantine though. But he can go out there with everybody else, and he just got this hanging out with me, and I'm COVID positive. That makes no sense to me.
Okay. Can you give me two of the most vicious, dangerous men you've been around in prison? Don't name the Mobile. You know the one. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Outside it.
The most dangerous.
Yeah, the most dangerous, vicious. Just.
What do you mean, like as far as dangerous, like as far as like drama go?
Yeah, he just He don't mind taking your life.
You already know ain't nobody messing with dog. Dog
Yeah.
is in the league of his own, man.
Yeah. That, I didn't.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. He don't really want me to mention his name like that, involving that type of stuff.
Yeah, but
Cause
that's what I'm saying. He raised me up in here, bro. He's like a father to me. He told me everything I know. He ain't nobody above him. He is, God, bro. He said he say right now the sun go down. That sun better go down. Or he coming to get the sun and make it go down. That's just being real.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody listen. If dog say your ass died at 3 o'clock, you better be dead at 3 o'clock. The person supposed to kill you gonna be dead at 3:01 with you.
Yeah. Well,
that's just being real.
let's say the two under him.
And this man he's 60 years old now, man.
Right.
He more dangerous than a damn 25-year-old.
Yeah. Got a good heart.
He chilling out. He chilling right now, but that's what it is, man.
Yeah, some of them guys don't even know who they around.
Yeah, a lot of guys don't even know who he is. All the thing they do is they just heard his name. You mention them 2 initials, they be like, okay, well, we know who dog is.
Right.
But a lot of young brothers come to the penitentiary, they never known him and never met him. They, this guy ain't that dangerous. And then they do some look like, for example, a few years ago, somebody told me that somebody stole his MP3 player when he was in the gym. Oh my God, within 24 hours, this little guy was licking from his head to his feet because he didn't know no better.
Right.
And he wasn't even one who gave the order. A guy just did it because he felt like he had to prove the dog, like, you don't mess with him. So the old man didn't even know that the guy took his player. He picked his clothes up on the way back to the gym, to the unit, go take a shower. He didn't even realize his player was stolen. The little brother who stole it was in another unit trying to sell it. And the guy knew that, oh man, that's such player, man. And for the old man couldn't even find out the guy's player was missing, they done butchered the guy, man. It just happened that quick. So when the old man found out, he like, damn, I didn't even know my player was gone. I thought it was inside my other pair of shoes that I had on.
Right.
He didn't even know it was gone.
Okay. Without him, let's say the two up under him. Give me.
Okay, without him, who do I think it is?
Yeah, two other people.
A brother by the name of M1.
M1.
M1 nasty. Yeah, M1. You know M1?
No, I don't. Does he belong in any organizations?
Maurice X.
Nope. Yeah, I don't know him.
Yeah, M1 a boogeyman. He definitely a boogeyman. Let's see, M1 and man, I don't think these guys dangerous, man. You already know what, man. Listen, man, kind of nasty, man. So I don't really be, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm retired. Keep that right there. I'm retired, but the old man taught me, so you already know how I get on.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I don't really think none of these guys messing with me, man. But I ain't like that no more. Hold on, I'm not like that no more. I'm retired.
Yeah, that's good. With age comes wisdom.
Yeah, because my maybe first 15 years of penitentiary, the old man had me on some other stuff in here, so that's where the reputation came in. So now with that same reputation I worked so hard to build it, that's the same reputation that was destroying me later on in life, man. So right now I'm trying to take that same reputation and do something good with it.
Actually, I'm gonna take that line from you too. Those some bars right there. But it's this internet thing we call booty warriors. Do you know what a booty warrior is? Okay, basically a predator, the pussycats, the New York, so on and so forth.
Oh yeah, I know all of them, but you know they don't come near me. They know what it is.
Who would you say the top two worst in that category that you ran across?
As far as predators go?
Yeah, as far as predators.
Those two you just named, New York and pussycat, them two. I literally watched New York come on the yard until, like, you got a group here called the Sunni Muslims, and a lot of 90% of all Sunni Muslims is white people, Europeans, however you want to call it. And I watched New York come on the yard and say, yeah, I like him, and until they got you no longer can go to Sunni Muslim services, you my man now. And the guy like, y'all don't mess around. A couple days later in New York, knocked him out and sucked his penis, man. I'm like, what the hell, man?
Damn.
But that's what he do. That's his thing. That's what he do. That's what he in penitentiary for.
How do you get to a point where you can just do something like that? I don't understand.
Man, listen, I used to try to figure it out. I used to try to analyze a lot of these guys and try to figure out why they do the things they do and come up with the crazy-ass ideas they come up with. And I never understand it because in their mind, to them, this is something that's rational. To them, this is something that makes perfect sense to them. And for another person that something makes sense to another person doesn't make sense to you, hey, to each his own. I can't tell you how to think. This is where your mind works. I don't see. I don't like I said. I don't mess with homosexuals, but to each his own. But I can't see a man sticking his thing into another man. I don't understand how you can look at another man with a beard, get the same thing you get from his legs, and think anything sexual about him, man.
Right.
Like I said, I'm not. First of all, I had no disrespect to no homosexuals. To each his own. Live your life. I got a few homeboys that's homosexuals, and they live their life. I'm cool with them. My man Shadow X, he mess around, but we cool. Rambo X, it's my guys. They mess with boys. I mean, they mess with homosexuals, but I don't. But I just don't understand how you can look at another man in your mind and think anything sexual. Just like I can't understand how another man can look at a child and think anything sexual. What? How can you do that? What's wrong with your mind that makes you think that this is something sexual? This is something that's interesting to you that could be something sexual. I don't get that. But my mind doesn't work that way, so I don't understand it. So, and because my mind doesn't work that way, I would never understand it. That's why I say to each his own. If this is what you choose to do. This is the life that you choose. Then, hey, only thing I can do is respect it, man.
Yeah, the human mind.
I don't mean I got to indulge in it.
Right.
But I respect it because it's what you choose to do.
Exactly. The human mind. I don't think we ever figured out for people to be that messed up. But I don't know. Maybe it's trauma. I don't know.
The human mind has never been mapped before, so I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I respect guys who make them type of choices because those are the choices that they make. And it's funny that you say that because I'm sitting on the yard. I'm looking at the guy right now that I've been knowing for years from Chicago. We call him Shot. And all the years I've been knowing him, I never knew that he messed with homosexuals. And here he is right now in the yard, literally not even 20 yards in front of me, hugged up with another man like he had a Parker's on with a girl. He literally got his hand around his phone, just sitting here like this is okay, but it is okay in their mind. And like I said, to each his own.
Is
not me? I have more power to you.
Is that the short older guy, Shot Town?
No, this brother is young. This brother, I'm like 26, 27 years old.
Oh man.
Like young brother. He literally, bro, right in front of me, got his arm around this other man like he had a movie with a woman, man. And this has become the norm in the penitentiary. People accept these things. I mean, like I said, brother, I don't knock it. Hey, I don't knock it. I just if you mess with him, like I tell the guy, this is what I tell the guy. I don't care if a guy suck 100 dicks on the yard. If you do, that's your choice, and I'm still gonna respect it because that's what you choose to do. The decision come in whether or not I want to mess with you or not and befriend you or be cool with you. Then if I do that, then that's on me.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, do you live your life, man? It's not mine. Live your life.
Yeah.
I'm cool with a lot of homosexuals. Hey, just I know the limits that I go with them. I don't get in their business. They don't get in my business. I don't involve myself in their business. They don't involve themselves in my business. We got our own relationship. Maybe I sell candy to them or something. Maybe I sell furs to them. Maybe they like to play chess because I love to play chess. That's the extent of our relationship right there.
Right.
They don't go beyond that. Now, if you get up to other stuff there, hey, that's your life. Not mine. To do you. I respect it. That's your life. Do you. Live it how you want to live it. You only get one chance to live it. If that's how you choose to live it, hey, thank you very much. I congratulate you.
Yeah. I didn't. Me personally, I didn't mind. Well, not the family ones, but I didn't mind. Being around. I don't know. It get kind of weird sometimes because like you might be cool with somebody and they be like, okay, well, I'm gay. You cool with them. Then he like start throwing these little hints or being extra nice and stuff. Then that kind of weirded me out. So I just stayed away from it because you never know. God might be trying to knock me out in the showers, mad that I. So.
Yeah. I ain't never had one cut it to me before. I don't open that door for them and think they can do that. Even talk. I don't even let them talk to me. No, it's not. I don't even let them talk to me about the things they involved in. So that's it. If I got a relationship with one, then my relationship is strictly like if I play chess, he like to play chess, he good at it. That's strictly as far as our relationship goes. It doesn't go beyond that. I don't ask him about who he messing with or who he liking and stuff like that. Because once you open that door, then they gonna feel like it's open for any other things, other type of conversations and stuff like that.
Yeah, I seen that could be dangerous too. It could be dangerous depending on who you're dealing with.
I want to give my man a shout out. I want to give my man Kensu a shout out on this podcast too.
What's his name? Kensu?
Yeah, Kensu. 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 He about to get up out the penitentiary in a minute. He about to get out of here. This my man Kensu, good legal man too, good dude, man. Yeah, you can Google Kensu, man. Good dude, man.
Well, yeah, make sure you put him in touch with me. How long has he done?
Kensu, how long you been like that?
You have 1 minute remaining.
How long you been in prison? Kensu been locked up 36 years.
God,
Yeah.
man, I don't know how people stay sane like that.